Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to Firelink Podcast, episode number 76 for Thursday, July 24th, 2025. Marty Sleeva here, joined by producer Eric and Jack Packard. We were worried this was going to turn into like a one-man show tonight. It was just going to be me and Eric as like Letterman and the guy with glasses who played keyboard really well. But it's not. You're here, Jack. We appreciate you.
I'm happy to be here for all of that intro. I did have my YouTube window open and the sound on, so I was hearing you twice and going a little mad. I'm realizing right now at this moment, this is my first time on Firelink.
Get out of town. That can't be possible.
This is my first time on Firelink, and apparently also it's my first time listening to Firelink because I didn't know you guys had a banger of an intro song. That's great.
Oh, it's really good. I don't know who did that. That might have been Filter. You ever heard of the band Filter? I think they might have done our theme song.
Hey man, how's it going? Oh man.
Someone just said, which I don't know if this is true yet, but someone said the Red Sonja trailer might be using the same royalty-free music that Yahtzee Tries uses.
I want to say we had Yahtzee Tries commissioned, right? We had those.
I think we had Fully Ramblematic and Semi Ramblematic. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what Yahtzee Tries sounds like. if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm not sure what that show sounds like.
To me, what it sounds like is like someone went to istockaudio.com and typed in Mick Gordon, and it was like, okay, this song is called like, Bring the Doom. And they use that in the Red Sonja trailer. It's bad. Yeah. It's real bad.
I think that's gonna be a bad movie. That might be a new low point for the name Sonja. Because Sonya Blade was like riding high after Mortal Kombat, but this Red Sonja that could put it in the doldrums. But we're not here to talk about Red Sonja. We actually are going to here to talk about Red Sonja, which is fine. But no, we have a great show for you guys tonight. We're going to talk. Obviously, our main topic is going to be talking about Donkey Kong Bananza, which all three of us have been playing and enjoying quite a bit. And I wanted to use that, talk about that, and then use that as a launching point. I'm going to look into my crystal ball, and Jack, right here, I'm going to predict the 6 games that are going to be nominated for Game of the Year at Jeff Keighley's Game Awards 2026, sponsored by Speedstick. I assume Speedstick could be the ones.
Okay.
Let me restart the channel because you are lagging a little for me, especially Shaq.
I'm lagging a little.
Do you have an actual crystal?
Give me 1 second.
I'm going to be honest. I would be.
Don't worry, we are still live. I'm trying to fix the issue.
Discord issue or possibly some other.
Is Eric even here anymore?
No, I'm back. I restarted Discord to see.
We're going to find out what's happening.
This isn't a podcast. This is us inviting you, Jack. This is a murder mystery. You have to tell us who murdered Firelink. Was it someone on the West Coast? Was it someone who's out of the country? Was it the producer of the podcast? Was it Marty, who was also trying to download Tears of the Kingdom at the same time? And it's very possible that ruined everything. But I'm downloading Tears of the Kingdom for Eric. For Eric!
Oh.
All Eric asks of me is, please, won't someone download Tears of the Kingdom for me?
Oh, yeah. Well, so what you're really saying is it's Eric's fault.
I mean, it can't possibly be my fault. Could it possibly? Several people are saying I sound metallic.
Ooh,
yes.
First of all, that's nice.
Do I sound metallic to you?
No, you sound fine to me.
Okay, I'm going to restart. 1 second.
You sound fine to me. It looks like we might be back. We're going to see.
I feel like I'm back. I feel like someone who's been back so hard.
All of us.
Jack, how much do you regret saying like, "Yeah, I'll come on the show tonight."
I'm gonna be honest with you. I had no real plans for tonight anyway, and
Okay.
and I got to share with you the horn orchestra version of "Hey Man, Nice Shot" by Filter. So like I'm riding high.
And I feel like a digital bomb is like way less nerve wracking than an in real life bomb, because the worst case, it's like, well, you and I are entertaining each other, so even if there's zero audience, well, we still have us.
Yeah, exactly. We're it's still recorded. We're having a good time. Eric has no idea why he's having issues. He's having issues. That's okay.
I got worried it was my fault, and now I kind of even regret bringing that up. On Eric, and like, it's his fault. He's doing too many processors in the back.
I'm seeing what he's writing in chat, and so
I haven't even looked at chat.
Yeah,
What do you think Eric said?
Eric said, "I have no idea why I'm having issues."
And he said Jack lagging for me. I saw Jack lagging for me.
Something weird is happening to Discord.
Jack Lagan. That's my detective name, as I'm here for the murder mystery. Who murdered?
What if Jack leaves and then comes back?
Do you want me to?
I mean, I don't know if Jack's lagging and Marty's not lagging. Like, I'm not pushing blame, but hope you're.
Yeah, he sure did.
But a great Suspiria recommendation on Tubi. Can't believe
you know what? Suspiria 1977 is really great. I actually did not see the remake, but I've heard it's very good.
It's good. It's worth watching. It didn't blast my socks off the same way the original one did when I first saw it, because it doesn't have the Goblin soundtrack. I like that the band is named Goblin. You hear?
Yes, I don't know why I'm having issues with the video, and we'll try with the Chrome version, because this got updated right before the stream. And sorry about this chat.
No. Don't worry.
Wait, you can hear
I
Eric?
need to do in the back end, the front end?
Yeah.
I can hear Eric.
Oh,
maybe it is my fault.
Everyone has sounded great the entire time to me, which makes me feel insane for this entire podcast. Because, like, in my direction, nothing has gone wrong.
Yeah, Shaq can hear me. He's saying that. Can you hear Shaq?
Yeah, Jack can hear you. Yeah,
no,
Jack can hear you.
I cannot hear. Oh, wait.
Oh, you can't hear Eric.
I couldn't hear Eric because but because I turned his volume all the way down, because I thought that's where my double audio was coming from.
Chat said you all sound fine besides Eric. Oh, I can hear Jack now. Well, we should all be great.
Great.
Eric sounds fine to me. Jack and Marty sound off. Ooh, where did this murder happen?
Y'all, technology is both wonderful and terrible.
I don't get it.
I know.
If I'm being perfectly honest, I don't.
It's one of those, like, I know, AI's on everyone's mind because of the latest semi-Ramblomatic, and technology is one of those things where, like, it works and it's a little bit magical, and no one really knows how all of technology works.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's just heat and electricity running through things.
Yeah.
And it kind of works sometimes. Yeah. And we need to be grateful in those moments that it does work,
I like that. I like focusing on the positives and not worried about the negatives of, we structured our entire lives around this thing and now it's not working. And how do I live? How do I do my job? How do I get my medicine?
Right. I think it's all it could be teeny tiny gnomes. Like, it could be, like, that's like someone's working on the information pipe, or what did you call that? Like, old manufacturing jobs that would have a conveyor belt. What is that called? On the
construction line, on the factory line?
On the factory line. Yeah. What if there's a factory line this is the new Inside Out 3. It's on the internet. It's like, I work on the factory line.
You're probably thinking assembly line.
Assembly line.
Spreadsheets. Thank you so much.
The assembly line, and they just like, I'm just passing the data. I don't know what I'm looking at, and someone finally looks at the piece of data.
Yeah,
and it's pornography.
Yeah. And that's how we get to. Are we actually live? Should we just go on to the first topic?
So yes, we are live, but Discord is the one not working. I just tried my speed internet. I had the 100 megabytes up and down. That is like 10 times what we use for a podcast.
Do you want us
Everything
to
is
call you
working.
on Google Meets or something?
Yes, I think we should use Google Meets, honestly.
Okay,
Discord,
I will.
The browser version of Discord is not working. It's not even
I'm going to
loading.
make a Google Meet. You don't need to explain it to me. I'm going to make a Google Meet, and I will send it to both of you right now, and then we're going to do a whole podcast. Everyone, you're all going to be fine. We're going to see you guys soon.
Yeah, we'll be back in Google Meet form.
Yeah, so disconnect.
I will. Oh, okay. Goodbye.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum.
Twitch streaming.
Send it.
I don't know if this is going to the right place. Is it going to the internet? It could go to the internet.
Yes, now I can see you having a connection.
Okay.
I can't believe Eric's still. I thought Eric was gone. I got excited that he was still here. It's just nice to know.
Live.
It's nice to know Eric's still here. Because sometimes
Eric's still here.
Sometimes Eric's not here. We we are live. Welcome back, everyone. Do we take it from the top?
100%. We just take it. If we can remember the goofs we made when this started, we do it.
Okay. You're seeing drop frames. We've got speed. Where's Jack? Where did Jack go?
Where did Jack go?
That might have been on me, but I'm starting to think it's on you. But it's fine. Oh no, you're so far over on my side. Get out of there. Get out of there, you little numbskull. Is it offensive to call someone a numbskull in 2025?
I heard someone I was talking to a friend of a friend of a friend, and they told me a story of someone getting upset because they referred to them as a big galoot.
Oh, I love calling someone a big galoot. They don't know what to do with it. You would not know what to do with it.
A big galoot is so much fun.
Yeah.
And but the person they said it to apparently got a little offended.
Oh, they got like a little bit galooted.
Delusions
of grandeur.
Yeah. So okay, I moved the microphone away from my face, so hopefully my audio
And I
is
lowered
a
you a little bit. I feel like sometimes my setup picks you up at a different like level than the rest of society.
Okay.
Welcome back, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Firelink episode number 76 for Thursday, July 24th. Marty Sleva here with Jack Packard. The rest of the pals are out or having a deep technical problems, but Jack and I are here. We're gonna we're gonna give you a nice svelte show. So we just have a couple things we want to talk about. We want to talk about this itch.io Steam censorship shenanigans that have been going on. We want to talk about Donkey Kong Bananza and how much we've been enjoying it, including where we think it would rank in our game of the years. And then also just talk about other stuff we've been playing and watching. Let's start off. This itch.io thing. I don't know if you've been keeping up with this, Jack. I know you're someone who is very passionate about media preservation, especially in the film side of things, but obviously this pertains to video games as well. And Stephen Gagne over in our Patreon. Thank you so much, Steven. That's a $5 tier set. It's still a developing story as of this morning, but what can realistically be done to stop Collective Shout, the name of a group, from shutting down all mature games on Steam and itch.io? My own game, which had absolutely no nudity, has got caught up in the ban. So for folks who aren't up to date on this very developing story, here's a link to a great 404 media story on it. But it ultimately boils down that there's this Australian anti-pornography watchdog group that's very much to editorialize, a pearl-clutching, won't someone please think of the children group named Collective Shout that is trying to weaponize things that I think we would all agree upon. If you might have seen recently, there was like a game on Steam that had like incredibly like awful pornographic sexual assault depictions against children. And it was one of those things where like anyone would be like, this probably doesn't need to be here. But they're kind of using that as a Trojan horse to get to credit card companies who are ultimately like, they are where the strings lie in any digital service, is the fact that a credit card company or a payment service like PayPal can turn the levers on and off to say, hey, these kinds of things you shouldn't allow to go through on platforms like Steam and itch.io. And they have such a backing behind them. A lot of that backing of a group like Collective Shout comes from like American mega churches. Like there's like a really insidious backstory here to try to use this to vault into, let's remove anything we deem not safe for children, which is including entire tags of games off itch.io that are NSFW, which are not the quote unquote problematic thing we were talking about before, but just a game for adults, whether it's pornographic or something with just mature themes. The most recent winner of the IGF, the Indie Game Festival Grand Prize Award, was a game called Consume Me, was removed from itch.io, and it is not, click this thing, it's like about like the trauma, like cooking, the unpacking the trauma of your family via cooking. And so to me, this is an incredibly slippery slope. Jack, what do you think about it?
No, well, it's not only a slippery slope, it is a purposeful slippery slope, because, you know, at the end of the day, it is my opinion, allegedly, it is my opinion, that all these groups want at the end of the day is control. They want to control others' actions. And so this is always where it starts, right? Like policing something that, you know, it starts somewhere that maybe a reasonable person can agree. Oh yeah, we don't want, you know, graphic depictions of, you know, rape against a minor. Okay, yeah, we can all agree on that. And then they take it a little step further. Okay, no pornography. And that's when once they get their hooks in there, they will go after the LGTB community. They will go after, you know, everything else that they deem to be inappropriate, because it's all about control for them. Absolutely despicable. It's the unfortunate thing is it's another peg in that board of those kinds of people are incredibly organized.
Yes.
I'm envious of how organized they can be.
Yeah.
They can really simply put together what they deem to be a singular enemy and get everyone on the page. Whereas someone on our side of this thing, now we're on the defensive, and there are some things that we can do to fight back against this, but it is a little more nebulous than we have a singular laser focused vision. I hate it that they're so good at it. I'm jealous and I hate it.
Yeah, I completely understand where you're coming from, and it's it's one of those things where like they provide a very clear, if extremely wrong, opinion and stance, and they're able to jam it through, whereas the response tends to be like a extremely scattered, well, wait, what the fuck, wait, what are you doing, wait, this sucks, wait. Yeah, and it's a bunch of people getting angry understandably so, and trying to figure out what to do with it. And yeah, like this is a very fresh and developing story. There was a really good a Reddit thread. I know that sounds like complete bullshit activism, but a Reddit thread with an extremely detailed breakdown that I just shared in the chat of like what you as an individual can do for a thing like this. And it's very similar to the what's Ross Scott's movement, the Stop Killing Games movement. Recently, they are both efforts in preservation, one against corporate greed and the other against the puritanical shoving of values down someone's throat.
Right.
And a lot of it goes to like petitioning the credit card companies, like the Visas, the MasterCards, the PayPals, the Discovers, into not giving in to this sort of reactionary, like, oh, let's just fucking do what they say because this will be easier for us in the name of free 100% and everything.
No, and like that's literally where we have to take it. Like we have to, talk to Visa and MasterCard and Discover and whomever they talk to and say, hey, guess what? I'm using your product, I'm using your credit card, and I'm okay with this. If you threaten to not work on Steam because of this, I will go to the credit card that will still work on that. That's like, you have to tell, and some people might be uncomfortable with that. You have to tell them, I'm okay purchasing pornography.
Yeah.
And that's okay. We're adults. We can be okay with that, by the way.
It should be okay, because that's how society and just a thriving art culture functions.
But we have to be as focused as they are. And I'm sure they had letter writing campaigns and email blasts and social media blasts. Like we have to use the same tactics to say, hey, we are the people spending money on these sites and we don't care. Yeah. All of these people that you heard from, probably have never bought a video game in their life.
Yeah,
they are not using your services.
100%. And it's also the this is everything in life, obviously to a 1 million smaller scale, but it is the even if you don't care about a like a sexually explicit game or a furry game or a porno game being taken off, that is another rung for them to climb up. And then it's like, well, we can't have a game where a child is in peril, so no Last of Us. So
no Last of Us.
That is the thing where like it so quickly becomes, well, we can't show any like gay relationships because that's about the Bible. So no Life is Strange, no like very simple. These are who two characters are in a game. So even if you kind of just toss it off the side as, well, I don't play those kinds of games. Like the kinds of games you do play for would be next on the chopping block.
We can't have a game that that sensationalizes demon worship.
No,
we
definitely not their souls.
We can't.
Definitely, right? Like, as long as we're not worshiping their souls.
As like because they will take it to those extremes because that's what they want. They want control over our lives. Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly, please don't sue us.
Allegedly, in my opinion.
And then the next step is they don't want a game where a young child befriends a large monkey because they're going to think that's not appropriate.
Hey,
but let me tell you,
you know what? A single monkey. Oh, they think it's okay for a single monkey to adopt a young human child? I don't think so.
Especially one with a little banana addiction. Man, if Eric was here, he'd probably be playing banana noises right now.
Ooh, banana.
Let's get to our title topic. Obviously, we'll have a lot more in that's going to be a evolving story. There's a chance Nick will write something about it for Unpacked. Check out that series if you don't. Let's talk about if we want to focus on something good. At least I think is good. Is I've been spending the last week in Donkey Kong Bananza, and let me tell you, I've had a smile on my face for a bunch of it.
Not a bunch of it, Marty. Every single goddamn moment of that game.
It's really joy-inducing.
You play the game and you start walking around and then you accidentally slap the ground and you discover a banana is somewhere underneath you and you look over the edge and you go, oh, I wonder how I can get to that banana. Oh wait, I can just break everything and burrow my way to that banana.
Yeah, and you're like, I feel like I kind of want to do this in every game now, and I know I can't because that's not how video games work, but now I play other games. Right. I was like capturing footage for Mario Odyssey for this video that's going up tomorrow, and I was like, why can't I just dig my way there? Why do I have to jump and climb? Like, why can't I just punch?
I think like with Mario Odyssey, which chat might remind us is a game I did not much care for overall.
Same. I think you and I might be the two great haters of the Mario Odyssey world.
Yes. That's why we're here together, Marty. That's why we're here together. Like Mario Odyssey, I think did one of the things it did do a good job at is kind of like chaining together the movements to give you that 3D platformer experience. And I like that they went a different direction with Donkey Kong, which is like no matter your problem, like is your problem a mystery that you need to solve? Is your problem a bad guy that you need to fight? Is your problem is solving some sort of number-based puzzle? The solution is always punching.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah. And it's like a technical marvel when you're like, oh, I can, if I wanted to take the time, and someone did, they like completely deformed a level to where it was just the cubes and circles. And they were like, this took me like 11 hours, but they just punched everything. And there's such like a wonderful consistency there that despite so much of the DNA feeling like Mario, it has the like, oh, you're the Yoshi's Island, like I'm taking care of this child on a journey. It has the movement kit of Mario. It has the outfits of Mario Odyssey, and then it pulls a bunch from other Nintendo games, which is what the video Eric and I are working on will go into depth tomorrow. But it takes all these familiar things, but at the same time creates something that feels very singular and unique.
Yeah.
Like there is no game that feels exactly like this, which I think makes it like a successful kind of side companion to the 3D Mario games.
100%, 100%. The thing that constantly boggles my mind is just how basic it is. Like you can just punch in different directions.
Yeah.
You get some movement upgrades with like some double jumps and some spin jumps and whatnot, but those are almost not necessary. Those are secondary. But I was worried after a few hours into the game. I was very worried that the novelty of just punching everything would wear off, and it hasn't yet. I don't know the count because like the Switch doesn't keep track of hours. It just says I've been playing the game for the past 3 days. I look to check my hour count, but I'm like down at like level 600 or whatever in the ice and jungle area world. And it just, I keep playing and I keep smiling every time that damn banana happens.
There's something as small
How is
as
that possible?
I don't know. There's like a genius behind the development of small things like that feel good literally every time. You will hear them quite literally hundreds of times throughout you playing the game. You will hear "ooh banana," but even like things about like the millisecond of like kind of that like contact pause when Kong punches something hard. Like there's almost like fighting game ideology behind like why it feels good to hit rocks and to hit walls, and why hitting something soft like sand feels different than hitting something like hard like this kind of like magic bananium metal. Really small things that are easy to like poo-poo under the rug because it's a movie about a game about a big monkey rescuing a little girl. But like it's stuff that really adds up, and you're like, oh, there's like a artistry behind here that there's a reason. We were talking about this earlier. There's a reason why, like, even if an indie game tries to do what Dark Souls does or tries to do what Super Metroid does, so many times it's missing something. And it's that like, oh, we've been doing this for so long that we have like this magic touch. Like we know what this secret sauce is that's going to be that ingredient you keep coming back for.
Absolutely. And it's little touches like the small characterization that we get from Pauline, our little girlfriend who we are saving, who is very nervous singing, but does so because the DK slaps his chest and gives her that boost of confidence, which gets me every fucking time.
Yeah, they have a really sweet relationship of like,
really do.
They've just become like pals. And even if you like get one of those places where you can like carve out a bed that you can sleep in and get extra hearts, like she'll always say something interesting as you're falling asleep about the world, like an interesting observation about the whatever biome you're in. And I'm like, this is good. This is like a companion I want to hear from.
And it's like Dunk is sometimes DK like will lay down in the bed and Pauline will like lay across his chest. Yeah. And because of the way that it is framed and because of the story, like nothing is creepy about it.
No,
where it's like, oh yeah, a young girl sleeping on top of a humanized monkey, but it's like there is a an earnestness and a wholesomeness to it that really just every single thing, and then like just the fun, like every time you change forms, you like this big bombastic song plays, and it really makes you want to stay in that form as long as you goddamn can.
And it does so many of those little things too. Like you will never. We talk about sometimes you're playing a game and you die and you have to reload, and then it takes like in Bloodborne at launch, it took like a minute to get back in. And you're like, this is kind of like killing my flow. Like this game is so cognizant of wanting you to keep having fun and keep being entertained no matter what you do. If you fall off the side of a level, you have so many red balloons, they'll just pull you right back up. If you get sidetracked from the banana you were chasing, you're probably going to see something else shiny. Like it's a little bit like
you're going to run into
in front of a
3
cat.
different fossils. You're going to run into
treasure
like
chests.
8 different zones you can go to. It's beautiful.
And it's great, and it is one of those things where you start enjoying the fact of just existing in the world so much that you want to see what the next thing is, just to be like, oh, okay, so I've done the ice one and I've done the jungle one. What's the next theme gonna be? I think it. I think it works really well, and it has some of that Nintendo magic on it that we said is hard to just hard to replicate or hard to put in words for anyone.
Right. Well, and like the last game that Nintendo, beside if we're not counting Mario Kart World, which obviously has some mixed reception,
Sure.
I still think it's wonderful. But like if we look at the Zelda game, right, the Echo of Spirits, the what?
Wisdom.
Yes, wisdom. Like that did feel more tech demo-y and slightly unfinished, whereas this is just a whole and complete and wonderful thing.
Yeah. Oh, did I fucked that up.
Sorry, you fucked it up.
No, I fucked something up. I think I fucked up your video. That was me.
Oh.
How do I fix it? What if I just want to fix it? What if I want to fix it? Just let me fix it. I tried to change it because am I doing the thing again? God damn it. Where, oh God, son of a bitch. Everything was going fine. I fucked it up. I fucked it up because I wanted, get out of here. Get behind me. Get behind me, Satan. You're fine. Were you having the same problem you were having with the Fallout thing? Was I going out of, were you not hearing me for a little bit?
No, I was hearing you fine.
All right. Well, now I'm just paranoid. I'm just paranoid. I think this episode might be cursed. People keep sending super chats, and you shouldn't. This episode's cursed. You shouldn't pay money for any of this.
This is one of those like people went on vacation, and we thought we might have a video editor problem, but we're having just a general technology.
Yeah, I think almost a kind of breaking a little bit. We had a couple of Patreon comments about Donkey Kong as well. Thank you, Ryan Petron. Said the best thing about Bananza is the relationship it's created between me and my wife. I beat bosses in tough challenges, then she combs through the layers after getting skill points. I love that.
That, like, by the way, this is something Yahtzee a lot of times talks about, like podcast games, of games that he could just chill out and vibe to. And even with some post-dad games, I have a hard time doing that, but I could 100% see tossing on a podcast and just vibing around the level, looking for glowy objects. 100%.
Feels really good. And then being like, I'm going to turn into a zebra and listen to the zebra song that I'm not even sure is words. And every once in a while they'll say zebra, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's words.
No, but like I am going to actually record some of the gibberish in this movie.
Try to
in this some of the gibberish in this game. It is such good gibberish. I'm going to record it and play it for my fellow improvisers. We do a lot of games where we have to utilize gibberish. This gibberish is glorious. It sounds like words, but there are no words. Glorious gibberish.
Good ass gibberish.
Amazing gibberish.
And then Motman over in Patreon asked, the Bananza devs said in an interview that they view DK as now being like Mario, having distinct, quote, 2D and 3D branches. Do you think 2D DK could be in our future? Did you enjoy the 2D DK games, the Donkey Kong Country for Super Nintendo or the Returns?
Never liked them. Bullshit. Huge bullshit games.
Get that monkey out of here. It doesn't belong in the basketball court. That's where dogs belong.
I consistently thought they were the stupidest fucking games in the world. Yeah. I hated them. Yeah.
So this made you a believer.
I'm a DK believer. This is the DK I want, and or to play as what's his little friend?
Diddy?
Or to play as Diddy Kong in Smash Bros. I love playing as Diddy Kong in Smash Bros.
The unfortunately named Diddy Kong.
Yeah.
Didn't realize how unfortunate. Listen, we came up with Adolf Kong long before World War II. No one should get mad at us. It was a very common German name. I don't know why you're all yelling.
Isn't there like a former Canadian like pro level hockey team that were the swastikas before World War II?
Don't know what you want from us. We were named this long before. This can't be our fault.
This is not necessarily a bad thing. As a Buddhist something or
that sounded extremely Canadian too, which I liked.
I'm so sorry.
But yeah, I'm to just answer that quick. I'm a big 2D. I was a huge Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 fan, and I enjoyed the rare games. But this is the most I've liked Donkey Kong probably since Donkey Kong Country 2, Super Nintendo. So long time. Very happy with that.
Wow.
Maui wow. Okay. In my idea, there was going to be a whole segment before we get to Super Chats about me predicting the Game Awards. And instead of it being a whole segment, I'm just going to do it.
Okay, I'm ready.
You famously do not give a shit about awards.
No.
I mean, I'm sure you like to win an award. Like if someone's holding a gala, you're going to go.
It's one of those things where it's like, as you know, award shows are funny because if the thing you like wins the award, you like the award, and if the thing you like doesn't win the awards are bullshit.
Fuck out of here. None of that here. Yeah, it is that. I come to be reaffirmed, and if I'm not reaffirmed, it's complete horseshit and awards don't matter.
Complete horseshit.
What is it? It's all fake.
And so often the things I like don't win. So,
sure.
so
almost every year. Yeah, if you like movies, if you like movies and your favorite movie wins the Oscar every year, you have the weirdest thought on movies. You're like, I really like Moonlight, but I also like Green Book. So two movies that completely conflict with each other. Okay, 6 games get nominated for Jeff Keighley's Game Award Bonanza at the end of the year. Speaking of Bonanza, I'm putting my lockdown on 3 of them. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, and Donkey Kong Bonanza. All 3 will be nominated. There's no doubt.
I think Bonanza, in my estimation, Bonanza is the wild card there because it's such a big and goofy game that the arty like that's like Bad Boys for Life getting nominated for Best Picture. You know,
you're like Bad Boys, like your story. You don't have Norman Reedus like crying as oil goes through his hands. Yeah.
Like the arty farty crowd is going to riot at that. So to me, that's the big wild card. But I love that it's there if it's there.
I think it'll get the nomination because we have to remember Astrobot won last year. That won over Final Fantasy VII. That won over Erdtree. Won over Balatro. So I think there's people who are like, I miss my childhood, and this makes me feel like a little babby boy. But maybe they got that over.
Like, hey, remember when we could just have fun and like play? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So I think those 3. I think Blueprints is going to get it. There's always like an indie slot, and I feel like at least in this first 7 months, Blueprints is the one indie that has, like last year, almost like an Animal Well. It's gotten the most conversation around it, or like Balatro. Nothing's as big as Balatro this year, I will say. But I think Blueprints will be that indie nomination.
If Blueprints doesn't win something, everything is still bullshit as far as I'm concerned.
I feel like it has to win Indie Game of the Year and Debut Game of the Year. I think it's got those on lock. Unless a Silk Song
gameplay, the story, unless Silk Song.
That's the turn here is there's a few games that have come out, but I just don't think have had the momentum. And those are Kingdom Come Deliverance and Split Fiction. One, Split Fiction, I feel like everyone who played it at launch and was like, this is really fun, and no one talked about it. Like, It Takes Two was a game that kind of blew everyone's socks off, but this just felt like It Takes Two, which isn't a bad thing, but you know, it tends to get overlooked. And then Kingdom Come Deliverance, I know folks like Nick and a lot of critics are like, this is the greatest first-person RPG ever made. I think it's a little too sweaty. I think it's the reason we don't see like strategy games and 4Xs getting nominated. I almost feel like it's like a bridge too slippery.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. And so we have the rest of the year. And a lot of games coming out, but I think the have not come out but will get nominated. I think Ghost of Yote, or Ghost of, what did you call it earlier? Ghost of Yoo-Hoo, or Ghost of
Yaddle.
Ghost of Yaddle. I think that's gonna get a nomination.
Female Yoda Yaddle.
It's a first party Sony game. It's a sequel to a big cinematic thing people love. I think that'll get an easy nomination. And I think Silk Song's gonna be there. Do you think Silk Song's gonna come out this year?
I don't care. Actually, I'm one of the few that I never made it through the first one because I didn't care for it.
Oh my God.
Now I have been told, bugs. I have been told that if I give it another go, I will end up loving it, and it is right in my wheelhouse of things to love. But I only made it. I want to say I streamed the game when it came out.
Sure.
We previously recorded, and it didn't hook me. So I do not care about Silk Song. I'm so sorry, everyone.
I love it. No, I love it. So you're going to be here when the game comes out. It's like a hot 7. You're going to be like, I'm not disappointed. I wasn't waiting for it.
Like, I'm here's what I'm looking forward to. I know I'm looking forward to something like the Indie Mouse video of Silk Song.
Sure, yeah.
I will
Let
watch
someone
that
digest
and really
this
enjoy it.
and baby bird it back into my mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I will enjoy all of my friends and colleagues who will love this game, and like they get to have that, and I think that's beautiful for them.
That Indie Mouse video is going to hit hard. I'm very excited about it.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
We got a bunch of super chats before we get to stuff we've been playing and watching. Light Arkin,
Great.
Thank you so much joining the tip jar. These people didn't know what they were in for. This was at the beginning of the podcast, so they thought this would be just normal. Pure Pyro with €2. Thank you so much. My to-be recommendation is Suspiria of 77, the original Dario Argento Suspiria. Yours?
Nice.
Do you have like a pocket to-be recommendation or like a thing you've watched recently that you could recommend, even if it's not technically on Tubi?
Yeah, something that was going to be my To Be Fair last week, but it got supplanted by something else, which is something I did watch on Tubi.
I love it.
Because we were in full zombie swing, and I hadn't watched it. I'd only read the book, but The Girl with All the Gifts.
Oh, great. I love that movie.
Like, by the way, not as good as the book, of course, but not a bad adaptation.
Yeah. There you go. Girl with All the Gifts. Yeah, that's a good zombie movie, even for people who feel like they had zombie fatigue, but maybe 28 years later brought you back. Girl with All the Gifts is a great
also
a great shout.
A great book. Great read. If you're looking for kind of a light book. Yeah, really wonderful.
There you go. Minduel with a $2 dono. Thank you so much. The show. This could be the show. The show is about nothing, Jerry. We could have done a I mean, every podcast is a podcast about nothing. If we're being real, like the rewind is 3 hours of nothing.
It's the rewind is literally the excuse I have just to talk with Darren as much as humanly possible.
You were going to be like, that was going to be my To Be Fair, but I didn't have enough time last time. And I was going to be like, you guys went 3.5 hours. You better have had enough time. I'm worried to listen. I watched Superman. I liked it. Yeah. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, Superman's really good, right?
I think Superman's a pretty good movie. My complaints about it, I just don't care about. And I'm like, otherwise, I'm like, I really like this cast. I think it's a pretty good looking movie, and I like the messages really going for. And maybe every once in a while we can have some little optimism in our lives.
I think it's wonderful. I understand Darren's criticism of it as
every sentence. Yeah, every single point he makes. I just
disagree, and that's fine.
When Superman says. When she says he's just a dog, and he said, and he's not even a very good one, but he's alone and he's probably afraid. I'm like, this is the greatest character. This is the only corn sweat. Listen, I'll sweat through my clothes all day because of corn sweat if it means we get that corn sweat.
Oh, double corn sweat.
That's a double corn sweat. You got to watch all of our streams in a day in order to understand the corn sweat cinematic universe.
Google corn sweat Midwest, and you will learn something about all the corn we are growing and why it's leading to high humidity in the Midwest.
Google corn sweat Superman and see pictures of a really handsome guy. So easy peasy. Snake in the Garden, thank you so much for the €5 dono, was leading calls with hundreds of people on a bridge earlier, and mine was just a bunch of Silicon Valley dorks. I feel you, Eric. Much love and patience. Eric's doing great. He's thriving.
It's like when technology works, it's magic, and when it doesn't, it's also magic. We do not understand it.
That's why you should always appreciate your producers. Captain President with a $10 dono. Thank you so much. Maybe I have to put some money in and bang the side of this machine, and eventually it worked, Captain President. So everything's fine.
It did. Congratulations.
Resident Chuny with a $5 dono. Thank you so much. The podcast survives because the Firelink inside burns brighter than the fires surrounding it.
Nice. Beautiful. No dark ending today, everybody.
Get fucked. What's the name of that one dude with the long neck? That fucking brontosaurus who comes up?
You mean either Framped or
Morgan?
who's the one that comes into the abyss? It's Framped and Darkstalker Call.
They're the same guy. Like Kaith.
No,
it's Kaathe. We can agree those are the same guy. He's just kind of like
they are on opposite sides.
He's like running a scheme.
They are both there if you do the dark ending. They are both there if you do the dark ending. But it was nice to see him still getting work in Donkey Kong Bananza. The little guy that warps you through
the eel who pops up, yeah. But he also pops up with the flourish of like a horny fairy from Breath of the Wild. The first time he shows up, he's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, I see. Whoever designed the Great Fairies of Breath of the Wild absolutely designed this eel coming up and give me weird feelings in my other regions.
It's like, trust your body within me.
Sure, I guess so.
Yeah, it's great.
There you go. White Cane V1 with a $2 dono. Thank you so much. Hi. So, review WWE 2K25 since it's on Switch. Listen, we'll tell you, the game it would have been a 10 out of 10, but it included Hulk Hogan. But now that he passed away, it's a 10 out of 10 again. Rest in piss, Hulk Hogan.
Oh, rest in piss.
Rest in piss, Hulk Hogan.
Rest in absolute piss.
Rest in absolute piss. Legendary wrestler, important for pop culture. Despicable human being. Inverse Skies with an $8 Australian dono. Thank you so much. Jack, with your interest in media preservation, do you have any interest in the preservation of canceled or never released games?
100%. Something that I have pitched here at Second Wind and something I would love to do. I think it's fascinating. I think the study of failure is really, really fascinating because there are certain projects where, you will try to make something and sometimes you'll realize after it's finished that it's no good. I have several videos on hard drives that I will never, ever publish because it's like, this is garbage. This is terrible, but I'm glad I tried. And so the study of failure is really interesting. There is a game that I kickstarted ages ago. Met its Kickstarted funding, and I'm talking probably over 10 years ago, maybe at this point, over 8 years ago. This studio has basically abandoned it. They have tried morphing what it is. They have not updated. I would love to have a sit down deep dive interview with them and do a post-mortem on this game that failed, that I gave my money to. Yeah. Not because I'm mad that they failed. I think it was fascinating to understand why it failed.
Absolutely. Right? It'd be like the same way we get, there's the documentary about the failed Jodorowsky's Dune, or about Terry Gilliam's Man of La Mancha, the Don Quixote that he tried to make with Johnny Depp for so long. And those can be, completely fascinating. And I feel I maybe it's just because movies have been along longer. Every other medium has been along for a longer time, but I feel like people look at the bad things, and you can make fun of them. You could make a living out of making fun of them, but also there's a thing to learn from them, to not just be like, oh, the amazing bulk isn't just a shitty movie. It is kind of a fascinating thing to be like what was happening here. You want to know what's happening here, and I feel like I wish we had more of that with games. I thought of just Mind's Eye, that game that came out a month ago. That was like, this is a $500 million game from the talent who made GTA 5, and it is a complete disaster, on every level. What happened? This is. I want to know what happened way more than playing another 7 out of 10 game that would probably be a better use of my time. But I'm very curious.
Yeah. And so it's there is a space there. I think there is an interesting space for that. Actually, a video came up in my feed today looking at an indie Death Stranding that was announced and publicized years ago that the developer has since gone dead. And I was just watching a video of a guy going, hey, I thought I memory hold this game,
sure,
but I remember being really into it, and here's all the information I have out of it. So that kind of preservation is really interesting to me. The other side of it, though, is if someone doesn't want to tell that story, that's kind of their right.
Sure.
They didn't publish it for a reason. There might be legal implications. They might just be embarrassed. But I think
you spend several years of your life on something and kind of stake your claim on it, and it ends up being a failure, then I'm sure a bunch of dopes like us who are but we want to know. Fuck
right.
off.
And I hope there's a space. Like I said, this is an idea that I'm going to keep pitching internally to see if we can reach out to these people.
I love it.
I won't say what the game is, but I think there's fascinating stories to be told within the space of failure.
Agreed. That's a wonderful way to put it. Thank you guys so much. Captain President with another $5 dono. Thank you so much. Religion doesn't seem very safe for children. Can we remove that as well? Just a great point.
A great point, but remember that pointing out their hypocrisy does nothing.
They're shameless.
They don't care.
The goggles, they do nothing.
Care.
Yeah. You can't just be like, well, your president's a pedophile. They'll be like, we don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. They simply have no scruples and do not care.
It's infuriating. B. Smaley, thank you so much for a $2 dono. Sounds corny, but calling your rep can help. Agreed. Especially on smaller local things. I've been doing that in Wisconsin over the past like a year ago. I expressed complete like we can't fucking do anything apathy, and I had a friend who works in like extremely left leaning law in Madison be like, kind of fuck that, like don't. You're young and you're healthy and you have privilege. You need to use that to help people who aren't.
They, most calls that your representative gets, it's probably not as many as you think. And every call is important. I'm fortunate, unfortunate. My congresswoman is very left leaning, but something as simple as, hey, here's a hot button topic, about adults gaming and blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that. I don't want you to spend your time on that. I want you to like not make any laws banning that. Just something as simple as that, so they know where their constituents stand.
And if someone who's like on a relatively low level like that hears that from 10 people, that could be enough to be like, oh shit. Like, you don't have to think of it as in like, well, it's just my vote in a million votes. It's like, no, there's a person like here who's like, my phone doesn't ring. And so if it rings 10 times in a day and 10 people are telling me the same thing, maybe this is something I should pay attention to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great point. And then Polio, the president killer, is here over in Ko-Fi.
You son of a bitch. You took FDR from us.
$10 of this 15. It's the two guys from Andromeda as Jack's Duke Nukem Forever of Kickstarter. It's the two guys from Andromeda as Jack's Duke Nukem Forever of a Kickstarter. Okay, the Duke Nukem Forever of a Kickstarter is the thing you were talking about, the Kickstarter. That didn't work.
No, it was not Duke Nukem Forever.
No, it is a Duke Nukem Forever of a Kickstarter because the game was announced and then didn't come out for
there we go. Sorry.
No. I'm working backwards because that makes sense to me. It is the Duke Nukem Forever of a Kickstarter. However, $10 of this 15. Oh, okay. They're betting $10 of this 15. It's the two guys from Mass Effect Andromeda. Okay, I now get it. Is the game you kickstarted developed by two people who worked at BioWare on Mass Effect Andromeda?
I don't believe so.
If it's been in development for that long, it probably isn't.
I don't believe.
Sorry, Polio. Your message was fine. I didn't. It could have used like one or two commas, but I should have put those commas in my head.
I don't believe that it was made by those people. I'm looking up the Kickstarter right now, by the way.
I feel like it probably is, because I feel like that's one of those. Your Kickstarter, I think, is relatively small, right? Or I guess.
It did. Yeah, I guess relatively small. It did hundreds of thousands.
That's okay. That's larger than I thought.
So that's relatively small. Actually, the last update was April of last year. Interesting.
Like, as in 2 months ago, or as in like 15 months ago?
2024.
Okay, the past. Oh, that still feels like this year.
Interesting.
Pure Pyro.
Interesting.
Pure Pyro's back.
Yeah.
€2 dono.
Pure Pyro.
How do you make a Superman game? Can it be done? Is there something Donkey Kong Bananza? Like, is there something like in here that you think you can make a Superman game out of? Like, is something to learn here?
Ooh, right. Yeah. They had that tech demo that I think is still out. Or tech demo / very cheap game that is very much a Superman game without any of the IP to it. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I remember.
You can like fly around and combat stuff, and it's like all of these controls feel really good. It feels really good to fly around. It feels really good to fight. The problem with any Superman game is what's the hurdle that you need to cross over?
What's the friction? Unless it's like, oh, these guys got kryptonite gloves or whatever.
Right. I think there can be a good Superman made. I think like leaning into James Gunn's Superman, who is able to kind of be defeated and who like can bleed and can get knocked out. Maybe instead of a health bar, you have a stamina bar, right?
Yeah. Or even looking at that Superman and the way, so originally, apparently the cut up until a few weeks before it came out was segmented into the movie is 1 week in Superman's life. And there were days of the week title cards. So like he at the beginning of the movie, he crashes in the ice and it says Monday. He turns himself in and it says Thursday, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is my solution for every game. Do it like Persona. Let me play half the game as Clark Kent and let me play the other half as Superman. I just want to be a normal journalist in the city of Metropolis, just making my way. I'm calling my folks back up in Kansas who don't know how to use a phone. I'm trying to date the star reporter. I'm also trying to like hide the fact that I'm a Superman. That at night, let me Superman. Let me fly.
There could be a really interesting thing. Like I think you can look at the Spider-Man games to give you like kind of an open world sense where it's like, do you need to like build up reputation points? And so you need to do a certain amount of saving cats from trees in order to progress the next thing. I think there are interesting things you can do with Superman game. I think they are, developers are very hesitant because the last Superman game was so infamous.
Sure. Also Infamous was probably the last great Superman game. Think about that. We'll see you next time, folks. We still have podcasts. We can't just end now. That would have been a good time to end.
Oh, never mind.
Would have been a great time to end.
That would have been a great joke.
Thank you so much, Beast Maley, with another $5 donor. We're saying that these groups also think LGBT people in general and in public is pornographic. Porn is not the end of this. They want a hetero world. Absolutely. Yeah, this is their their quote unquote, their like logical first step so they could take an extremely illogical second step. What's up with a $5 dono? What do you hear more? Ooh, banana or Yahtzee spoiling the game. Listen, we don't need to dig up fresh graves. But what Yahtzee did earlier this week might be the worst thing any human being has done this week in the world.
I do not believe you. I can't imagine there's any spoiler in this game.
Telling me that the child is the young version of another character with the same name. It broke my heart. Broke my heart. So I was looking out for everyone else. I already knew this. I am a watchdog. Not from the game watchdog, but like a government watchdog. But government watchdogs are bad. That's like literally, I think, what these Australian women are who want to ban all the games. Mindule with a $2 dono. Thank you, Mindule. Marty, does Bananza...
What the fuck?
That...
Marty?
That wasn't from me. I don't have the power to do that. Eric, you can't not have the podcast work and then somehow hack into the podcast. You just can't do that. You can't do that. I don't know how it happened. I don't know what is open anywhere that had that happen.
Eric, you son of a bitch.
I don't even know how that happened.
Back into the podcast.
Mindule with the $2 dono. Marty, does Bananza still feel like Balan Wonderworld at times? It does. Bonanza has it's the Goofus and Gallant of Balan Wonderworld. That's what it is. It is Balan Wonderworld is a Goofus of how to make this game, and Bonanza is a Gallant. And sometimes you need a highlights magazine.
Yeah.
I feel like Eric is like he's like a hacker in a 90s movie. He's like the one dude played by Alan Cumming in GoldenEye who says, "I am invincible." You're like Boris. You're like Boris the hacker from 1995's GoldenEye.
Banana, and then he left the call again.
Incredible. Polio donated again, by the way. Polio's back. Polio's back. Oh, Two Guys from Andromeda is the name of the thing. Two Guys from Andromeda Space Venture is an adventure game Kickstarter from some old school Space Quest guys from 2012. Ended with with 530 grand of a 500 grand goal. Just entered early access in March. Would love to see an autopsy vivisection on that body. I assume that is not what you were talking about.
That is not the game I'm talking about, but I mean, any of these games, right? Like any of these kind of unfinished games. Yeah. I think it's so interesting. I think it will be very hard to convince them to tell those stories.
Yep. Yeah, I think the fascinating thing is it's not a single one-off story like that is.
Yeah.
So many stories like that. Now, Dodger, thank you so much. Money for the curse. Listen. Sometimes the podcast gets cursed. Nick Noel with a $10 dono. Thank you so much. Thoughts on the Stop Killing Games versus Pirate Software drama? Seems to have devolved into ad hominem attacks against him and his coding, which doesn't seem very constructive, even if I don't agree with him.
Here's my real talk. Before this, I had no idea who Pirate Software was.
Agreed.
No. The internet is a big place, and I know he's. I've been told he is a big streamer personality, and I think that's great. After Ross's video, I also have never watched anything of his, so I just I don't care.
I'm in the same boat, and it also feels like a lot of like. I'm interested in the broader what is this doing for the industry conversation, much like what we talked about with the itch.io stuff. When it starts becoming one person versus one person like YouTuber drama, you could not pay me enough to give a shit about any of that. Like deeply, like I have a backlog of so many things I need to watch and read and listen to and play that I could not waste a moment of my limited time on this planet.
100%. I'm grateful that the toe dip in the drama has reinvigorated a lot of talk about Stop Killing Games, as I think it's very important, and I'm happy leaving it there.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
More importantly, Nidaram with a $5 dono. How do you guys feel about Donkey Kong Country and DK64 in retrospect? Do either of you go back and play them? Thoughts on streaming them? I think we talked. We may have literally not been live when we talked about this earlier. We might have. I am a big Donkey Kong Country fan. I love the Donkey Kong Country trilogy, mostly 1 and 2, but I played Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 so much as a kid. I think Donkey Kong 64 is a big bloated mess. I think that's like rare at their most hedonistic, but I inherently love Donkey Kong because of those two games. Jack, you were pretty fresh at Donkey Kong in this game, right?
Yeah, I did not care for the side-scrolling Donkey Kong Country games. I think I genuinely I think they're bad. I think they are bad games. But to me, they are bad games. And so I also like wasn't a big Banjo-Kazooie or like that collectathon.
Sure.
Like when I played Mario 64, I didn't necessarily care about collecting all the things. Just get me to the next level. So this is my first big toe dip into Donkey Kong, and I'm having a lovely time.
Very good.
Will I go back to the old ones? No.
Ooh, no banana.
No banana.
S6 is my hando at $10 Australian. This is the second to last one. This is more of a Nick Calandra question, but Stormgate, the new StarCraft RTS from ex-Blizzard devs, is launching half-finished. Ran out of money, it seems. Do you think a genre like RTS can really die? With the full disclosure of our Stormgate was literally our first sponsor at Second Wind. That's where I'm leaving the disclosure because literally I think we wrote a single ad for them in November of 23 or whenever we started this. And I have not thought about this game since then. I don't think a genre will ever die. I think we'll always morph and come back and things might ebb and flow. The RTSs feel like they were very big at a certain point. It might become more niche. But yeah, people said 3D collectathons, 3D platformers were dead. And now it feels like between Astrobot and Donkey Kong and the wealth of indie games, it feels like the genre is thriving. So,
It always ebb and flows, right? It's always going to ebb and flows. Like we are still getting a glut of Metroidvanias. That's a genre I can't imagine is still around, but it's still here.
It just won't die.
It just won't die. Yeah. And by the way, I'm okay with that because I like a good Metroidvania. No, a genre I don't think will ever die. What will more than likely happen is what we will see is the next evolution of a genre.
Sure.
Is like a better way to do that thing that we all loved. Yeah,
in the way that like arena multiplayer shooters went out, but then all of a sudden battle royales came in, and it's like, oh, we're kind of doing what you guys were doing in Quake and Unreal, but with 100 people and for free, and so things have evolved.
Exactly. The boomer shooter came back. Now that I think about
it, there is no genre that won't come back. There's a game just came out. I believe it's called 10 Pin Bowling, and it's an N64 inspired bowling game. I'm like, this feels like a game I played as a kid, and there was no N64 bowling game, so I don't know what that nostalgia is. It's like false nostalgia, but if a thing like that can exist, anything can exist.
Agreed.
And then Murray the Demon Skull with the last super chat. Thank you so much. I want a Superman game like a cross between Papers, Please and Kingdom Come, the Superman story. How does he still do good in a horrible dystopia? Zack Snyder's Superman? I can get behind
Zack Snyder's Superman?
Shout to Zack Snyder, friend of Wisconsin. Not friend of the show, but we'll say friend of Wisconsin. He's from Wisconsin.
I'm sure he's a fine guy. I'm sure he is.
He seems great.
He's fine. He seems like fine. I don't know.
You want to talk about what we've been playing? What we've been watching? What we've been playing?
Sure.
I also have to pee again. Do you have like a thing you can talk about for like 25 seconds while I pee? Go for it.
I do. Okay. Something that I played on stream a few weeks ago called Void War, which is the easiest way to describe this is an FTL-like, though that like is doing a lot of heavy lifting, as it is essentially just FTL, the game FTL, Faster Than Light. We have two spaceships. You do little battles. You go around a star map. Sometimes you have little quests where you have to make a decision, and that decision can affect you positively or negatively. I played it on stream because I kind of was thinking to myself the audacity of this a game maker to make what is like a fan ROM hack of FTL. But it's really good. It's very good. If you like FTL, you will like Void War. It's very, very good. Mostly because it just is FTL, which I know like that seems like, to me, I'm still having trouble squaring the circle because like, a person can make a boomer shooter that's not Wolfenstein or Doom. A person can make a platformer that's not Mario. And I don't see that there's any problem with that. But because they just put a fresh coat of paint over FTL, it shouldn't be as big of a deal to me as it is, but it feels like a very big deal. It's so... is it available on console? Because FTL still isn't. Oh, I'm sorry. FTL is available on like iPads and mobile devices. And it works great, by the way. It's a great iPad game if you have one of those. So I'm sorry. It is, and I don't believe it is available on mobile devices. I really recommend using a mouse for it. And it's really good. If you are looking to if you have, like I have, cycled through FTL and are looking to scratch that itch, Void War. Yeah.
You guys played this game the other week on, what's it called, right? On your stream?
Yeah, and I'm still farting around with it because like FTL, it's still really good.
It's one of those eternal games that could last forever.
Yeah.
I'm also really excited because you watched a movie that I also watched.
Yes.
Speaking of a couple of world leaders, Heads of State, the new straight to Amazon action comedy starring John Cena as the president of the United States and Idris Elba as the Prime Minister of England. What did you think of Heads of State?
I went in with very little expectations. This was like I literally went to Amazon because I was going to watch the very serious late 70s movie called Sorcerer.
Oh my God, where they're trying to get across that bridge?
Where they're trying to get across that bridge. And I was like,
it's too rickety. Don't go across that bridge.
And it's been on my list forever. And I just read the wonderful book Box Office Poison that has a whole chapter dedicated to Sorcerer. So I was like, oh, I'm really in the mood for a feel bad 70s movie. And I open up Amazon because I saw it was streaming on Amazon. And nope, there's Heads of State. And I clicked that instead.
So
my
what did you
my
think?
expectations were nothing.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, if, like me, you grew up watching Saturday afternoon schlock fest action movies, you, like me, will love Heads of State.
You're going to feel at home. You're going to feel
It's so
absolutely
good.
at home. I like
It's
that a lot
so
of it
dumb.
felt like it was actually filmed where it was. Like at the beginning, like it starts at that little set piece that's in like the Italian, like throwing all the tomatoes in the middle of the square,
Yeah.
or Spanish, yeah. And I'm like, oh, this feels like this isn't in Atlanta. And there's like a certain scene where they go to like a safe house in Poland with friend of the show Jack Quaid. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel like it's in Atlanta. It feels like they use some of that Amazon money to actually film in various places around the world. So I appreciate that.
And it's funny. The action is cool. It's good. John Cena is in his I'm actually a good actor phase, which is he's very good in it.
Yeah.
It has kind of light and rough emotional stakes, but it has them. I shouldn't be saying that as a positive.
Yeah.
That should be a general movie thing. And if you have Amazon Prime, like most people do for the free shipping, you can just watch it, and it's really worth your time. It's really fun.
Look at that. There you go. That's a glowing reco for Heads of State. And then you read a book, Justice of Kings. What is happening?
I'm in the middle of reading a book. I'm a very slow reader, so it's taking me some time. The Justice of Kings. Here's my soft pitch for Justice of Kings. Much like Sherlock Holmes, it is told from the perspective of from their clerk. And a justice in this world is kind of a judge, jury, executioner for the emperor.
Okay. I dig that.
Very mild fantasy, in which magic is something like very taxing and very special. But as the book goes on, we delve deeper into the necromancy, and they have much like in Dune, they have the voice of the emperor that compels people to tell the truth.
Sure.
And we get into kind of the true cost and the true meaning behind that magic. And it's basically a murder mystery with mild fantasy elements in a beautiful world. It's a really wonderful book, The Justice of Kings.
I love that.
And apparently it's a trilogy, so I got my next couple of books ready, laid out for me. Yeah.
Some people call that a trilogy. I've never heard that, but I think some people would. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. I assume that was a Black Sabbath thing. Had to be. Couldn't have been something else. Had to be that. In terms of what I've been watching, I'm going to do this quick. I had this planned with Eric. He doesn't have any B-roll. I was going to give... I watched 10 pilots of new anime series that just debuted for the summer. I'm not telling you about all 10. I'm going to give you my top 5. These are going to be quick recos. 5 shows. I've only watched the first episode, so I don't know if they remain after that, but 5 things I can recommend you watch. My 2 outside looking ins, don't count, are second seasons of shows. Dan to Dan has come back. Is 4 episodes in. Dan to Dan is great. You watched Dan to Dan, right?
I watched a little bit of Dan to Dan, and yes, it's very fun.
Yeah, it's good. We love Daniels, all the Daniels. And then My Dress Up Darling, which sounds like a pervert show, but isn't. It's a really sweet rom-com about, it's like a will they, won't they between this, the most popular girl at school who is an aspiring cosplayer, but doesn't know how to make anything. And then she strikes up a friendship with a quiet boy who's a master, a seamstress. He works at his family's seam shop. And the two of them spark up this friendship where he creates these outfits for her that she cosplays. And it's a really cute rom-com between the two of them. A little horny, but it's good horny. It's fine. It's applicable.
We're okay. Hey, what did we talk about at the beginning of this podcast? We're okay with a little bit of horny.
Horniest fucking thing you'll ever see. Don't watch it on a laptop because your boner will knock it off.
That's not true because I've seen gameplay footage of that Wu Changing. That's the horniest thing I've ever seen. There's actual boob sweat. They're like they rendered sweat on her boobs.
My mistake. I don't know how horny this works. Number 5. The number 5 anime you should be watching this season. Turkey, Time to Strike. Jack, do you want a bowling
Fucking
anime?
what?
It is a bowling anime. A group of girls who decide to start up a bowling team. And they're having the time of their life. They're all very different, though. There's the one who's like, I don't give a fuck about winning. I just want to have fun. There's the one who's like, all I care about is winning. Everything else is failure. And then there's the other 3 who are kind of along for the ride for various reasons. It kind of starts in medias res where like the team splits up after a few months. And you're like, this isn't good. They try to reconnect. And the mean girl, the one who's very serious, tells this girl who doesn't give a shit, is like, if you can beat me in a single game, I will rejoin the team and we can reconnect. And everything's kind of falling apart. The main girl throws a split, a split where there's like pins on the either side, and the whole thing is she can't pick up a split, and she tries. Lightning crashes down. This is the middle of a lightning storm. It hits this like weird ceramic artifact. A fucking worm. This is the end of the first episode. A wormhole opens up, starts pulling all the girls in, and they're grabbing each other by the leg, trying to pull them out. 4 of the 5 get pulled into the wormhole, and they wake up. It's a fucking war in Sengoku, Japan. They just got isekai'd into the past, and they're going to have to use bowling to figure out what the fuck is going on.
You know what? No.
Turkey, Time to Strike.
I am not here for this throw darts at a board full of random words. That's what the anime is going to be about. Okay, it's isekai. Okay, it's an isekai. The girls are we got modern day girls, and they're gonna go to ancient Japan for a war, and they are really good at bowling.
I was legitimate.
Bullshit.
That might be the most disappointed I've ever been by a Void, because I was like, I just want to see a story about these girls bowling and like they're kind of coming together as a group. Did not work well. I don't think I'm going to pick this one up. I'm not going to keep this one. But that was number 5. Number 4, most importantly. Not most importantly, this is the 4th most importantly. It's a show called Leviathan. The entire season is out on Netflix. It is based on a novel that is this steampunk twist on history where the son of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, who was assassinated, and that was the catalyst for World War I, he wakes up the night of the assassination, and his dad's advisors are like, hey, we got to smuggle you out of here because your parents just got killed, but we'll smuggle you out in our mech. So it turns out they had mechs. I don't know if you knew that. World War I, they had a hella mechs. Meanwhile, there's this Scottish girl who's Mulaning over in Scotland because she's like, I want to join the war, but I'm a girl and they won't let me, so I'm going to cut my hair, pretend I'm a boy, I'm going to Mulan. She joins the Air Force. The Air Force is riding in these jellyfish that kind of float up in the air because everything's kind of steampunky. By the end of the first episode, their 2 paths collide on a ship, an airship, a warship called the Leviathan that is just a large floating whale.
You might be selling me on this.
It's
actually.
It's pretty good. I like it's all done. It's all on Netflix. Leviathan. I'm going to watch more.
All right.
Number 3, my number 3 anime of the summer, City the Animation. Do you remember the Simpsons episode 22 short films about Springfield? That was just a bunch of like, here's a little story about Springfield. Here's a little story about Springfield. It is
based loosely off of Pulp Fiction, sure.
Exactly. It is that, but in a small Japanese town. And as of the first episode, it kind of follows all the members of this family plus a couple other people in very funny, wacky, madcap, nice little hangout situations. It's almost like just a ton of these little short, like 5-minute films throughout it. Yeah. The animation's delightful. This is on Amazon. I believe it's like 3 or 4 episodes in. City, the Animation. Based off a manga that is beloved. Big fan of it. The summer Hikaru died. Number 2. This is on Netflix. This is I would say a horror anime that's a little bit like Uzumaki. This is where there was a boy and he had his best friend, and over the course of a summer, the best friend went missing in the mountains, presumed dead. Everyone was like, "Fuck, this kid went missing. He died. This is terrible." He comes back a week later. He's like, "I'm fine," but he's kind of a different person. He's like a little bit different. He's like the dude, but he's like more outgoing. He's like a little bit nicer. Turns out, minutes into this episode, you figure out the one kid is like, hey, since you've come back, you felt different. You're not him, are you? And then his face melts, and he's a goddamn demon that took over the other kid's body. And he's like, all I want to do is kill people, but I've enjoyed hanging out with you so much this summer. If we keep hanging out, I won't kill people. And the guy's like, I guess. And so he has to keep hanging out this summer. And there's like a little like will they, won't they, like a gay romance thing going on. It's very nice. There's like old women in town who get scared of this guy. And they're like, you're the fucking demon from the mountains. You can't be down here. Very good. I believe this is only going to be 6, just like a handful of episodes. But my number one on Crunchyroll has been Taco P's Original Sin. And I almost can't talk about this. This is the anime of the year. This might be the media of the year. Get fucked. Expedition Go to 33. Go back to France. Kojima, get back in the tar. Donkey Kong, just keep eating bananas. Taco P's Original Sin is I don't even want to talk. It's like this little pink dude comes down from space. He looks like Kirby. And he's like so positive, and he's just like, I love everything, and all I want to do is like shed my love onto whatever creatures I meet here. And he meets this girl in Japan, this like 12-year-old girl who's the saddest girl who's ever lived. Just the most depressed. And you're like, I get why you're depressed. Everything in your life is terrible. This is the worst. And he is trying to like hit her with his like unyielding positivity. And she is like, this is my life is meaningless. And I'm not going to spoil anything. The show begins with a series of trigger warnings that are extremely understandable, but also pave the road for what this show is. And it has the like most graphic and crazy depictions of those trigger warnings like I've seen in a thing. It's like harrowing, absolutely harrowing. Taco P's Original Sin. It is wonderful. After one episode,
that sounds intense.
It is very intense. I would stick with Turkey Time to Strike if you want something light, and not go with Taco P's Original Sin.
I don't like that. I do not like. I'm anti dartboard isekai bullshit.
I think the one of these you would like the most, City the Animation. I think you'd like the one that's just a bunch of short stories about goofy people in a city doing funny things.
Like that sounds good. The rom-com sounds like really fun. Leviathan sounds like I like some slight fantasy elements that I could really get into. I think what I would be down for is isekai dartboard bullshit, but that's the series. Is like every episode we get crazier with the isekais. You only get one episode, like the initial isekai episode, but every episode is a new dartboard bullshit, and we just see how crazy we can take it.
I love it.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. I think that's where we need to be. We can't make full series out of this. My life as a vending machine, like that's too much. That's too much. But yeah, we'll work on that next year. I'm sure we'll be making an anime next year or something. So we'll just make that next year. Yeah. Great. Easy.
Done. We did it. We made it to the end of the episode. Some people said we would never. Honestly, at one point, I didn't think we would.
Those people were me. Yeah.
I didn't think we would. I absolutely didn't think we'd make it to the end of the episode. What kind of an episode is it? No idea. But we got here. Jack, as usual, thank you so much for joining. What do you got going on? My whole thing's been fucked up this whole time and no one told me. I can't.
What whole thing?
The whole thing. It's fine.
Like the whole thing?
No, not the whole thing. Just like a little bit of the thing that only I noticed has been fucked up the whole time. What do you got going on? I'm fucking everything up. What am I doing?
Not much going on. Obviously, next week, Tuesday, we'll be back for the rewind. Tomorrow, or maybe Saturday, I'm going to go see Fantastic Four.
That'll be the big topic next week. Everyone watch that.
Everyone watch that. Hopefully, we'll delve a little bit into Heads of State, a little bit more with Darren, just because it was a fun movie to watch. Yeah. So that's happening. And then, of course, Gen Con. If anyone is in the greater Indianapolis area next week, Thursday through Sunday, I'm going to be there for Gen Con, just hanging out, taking some workshops, playing some games. Really excited I've been sifting through the 10 million emails that you get at a convention when you sign up for a press pass.
Yeah.
You get inundated with too many emails.
You're like, this is why I don't go to conventions. This is too much.
Well, and it's like it's wonderful because it's like, oh, I would like to see that. Yes, I would like to interview this person, but it's like there's too many.
you're freaking me out.
There's just too many. But I'll be there. So if you are at Gen Con, find me. I'm tall and bald, so I'm pretty easy to spot in a crowd.
There you go. Tall and bald and easy to spot. Beautiful. As for me, tomorrow morning, we should have my Donkey Kong Bananza video essay going up that Eric has done an incredible job of producing and editing. That should be up early tomorrow morning. And then, like we mentioned, I'm going to say now it's a light possibility that Eric and Cheshire are streaming tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm not going to guarantee anything. There's no way. Listen, it'd be foolish to guarantee anything now. I don't know the time. It would probably be early-ish, like in the like noon to 3 p.m. Central Nebulous Zone.
Pay attention to our Twitch. We'll obviously put something up on social media before they go up. But yeah, really interesting. I know there has been people asking for the Spanish speaking stream, and we have 2 people who speak Spanish. Yeah. So it'll be very fun to see how that turns out.
Hell yeah. And then right before we leave, Feeble Cursed One, thank you so much for a $2 dono. When is the next Deep Space Nine podcast with Darren? I've given you the runway. I'm going to be in Japan at the beginning of November. And I said, you guys are welcome. Whatever rewind falls then, if you guys just want to go full fucking trek, full trek.
It has been a hot minute. Like I never finished Deep Space Nine. I in fact, coming off of Next Gen, I only got a couple seasons into Deep Space before I gave up on it because it wasn't the Next Gen that I love. So like there is a very real world in which I just do a long rewatch, and Darren and I go hard on Deep Space Nine. For like a 6-hour stream.
And then everyone's like, oh, we shouldn't have actually asked for this. We didn't want this. We didn't know what we didn't know what genie we let out of the bottle.
Here's the crazy thing, Marty. They will want more. They will still want more.
Yeah, those little sickos.
And Darren and I will have more to say.
It will never end. Beautiful. So yeah, tune in. Jack and I will be back on Tuesday. The rewind with Darren at noon. Yep. But yeah, for Jack and Eric and Marty, this was Firelink episode number 76. Thank you all so much for hanging out through the technical difficulties. We appreciate all of you. And we'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys. I forgot I have to hit the button. I'm doing it now.
You have to hit the button now. Yeah.